What's up, YouTube? And today I am back with not a refined or tested out fully deck profile, but a deck profile nonetheless. Today we are going to be going over, as if you didn't see the title, we're going to be going over XrosHeart 2.5. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Eggs, we're playing the new Pikmons, the red Pikmons, just because it helps accelerate your engine, and you're not going to be doing as much low end swinging, but when you do, you want to be able to help accelerate yourself. So you just, the inherited is by placing one Digimon card with XrosHeart or Blue Fair trait from your hand underneath one of your tamers, you draw one. So it helps cycle things, and it helps get things moving a little bit faster than they would normally as if you were to play the yellow egg. So I said it's not, I didn't extensively test this deck. I've tested it on DCGO a few times, and I've tested it out with my friends. So this is just my findings. This list will change eventually, but this is what's working so far. For our level 3s currently, 3 of the new Shoutmon, or I'm sorry, 4 of the new Shoutmon, 4 of the new Starmons, and then 4 of the new Sparrowmon. So let's go ahead and start with Sparrowmon because I feel like this is the weakest card. And my main argument for not including the Searcher Shoutmon, the old one, that found you a Tamer and a Digicross Digimon, was because it was a 4 cost, but all of these are a 4 cost, and they all cost 1. So if you go first and you want to choke your opponent, you can. Which is the main reason why I kept him in. That was my only, my herder moment. But I'm not really finding myself liking Sparrowmon too much, but you do need it. Well, need in a sense. So its skill is it can Digivolve from level 2 with Twilight with XrosHeart for 0. All of them have that effect, that black text effect. And when attacking, this Digimon may Digivolve into a Raptor Sparrowmon underneath your tamers without paying the cost, and then on deletion save. The only problem with this is the Raptor Sparrowmon that's a level 4, it makes when you attack, this one gives the inheritable of collision, making them have to block you. If they didn't want to block you, this guy doesn't get too big. I'd rather play either the old Sparrowmon or I'd rather play the Searcher Shoutmon. That's going to be the next iteration. This is just it's there. Next, we're going to talk about Starmons. Actually, no, let's go to Shoutmon first because I actually like this Starmon. So again, like all of them have, level 2 can Digivolve for 0 if you want to. But on play, this Digimon may Digivolve into Omni Shoutmon from underneath your tamer without paying the cost, which is great. So you get to level 5, a level 5 red Digimon. So if you want to tech in anything that may be able to be used in it that happened to come out in this set that might be in the next deck profile that I have for this, you can. But then on deletion, he's not typical save. He does have save, but it's reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, play 1 Tamer card with the XrosHeart trait among them without paying the cost, return the rest to the bottom of the deck, then you save. So, like I said, he does have save, but it's a little bit extra. You get to do a little bit of digging for your tamers to help start getting things flowing. So that's when it deletes. So if you just happen to not have a tamer out, you play him, he dies, you search for a tamer, play the tamer. If you have any effects for the tamer, you resolve that, and then you save. So that's pretty good. I like that a lot. This is probably my favorite level 3 that I'm playing in the deck. And Starmons. So Starmon, I love this Starmon. He has Decoy for the XrosHeart trait. And then on deletion, oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me go back to Shoutmon real quick. There's one last thing. His inheritable. This Digimon with the XrosHeart trait gains Rush. That is very important later on. So this one, Starmon's, back to you. It's your time. He's a 1k DP. On deletion, you can play one shooting Starmon from underneath your tamers without paying the cost. Then, place one Starmons and one Pikmons from your trash as that Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. It'll still have Summoning Sickness, but this card is great. It's like, oh, okay, I die. I'm trying to rush you, but I died. And now I just get this my bigger evolution, my level 4 out for free. But this Digimon does not have save, so you have to be careful with that. Next in his inheritable is when attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has the XrosHeart trait, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2k per for the turn. So I guess it doesn't even really get rid of it doesn't get rid of a lot of floodgates, but it gets rid of anything that's 2k or less. So if you're doing the mirror match and you are across from a Shoutmon or a Starmons, hey, that's great. You get to get rid of them. Now on to the level 4s. We are playing 4 shooting Starmon because he is amazing. And then we are running 3 Raptor Sparrowmon. And just like with the level 3s, I'm going to start off with Raptor Sparrowmon. He can Digivolve from a level 3 with XrosHeart in the trait for the cost of 2. Again, they all have this text. This card is also treated as Sparrowmon, so like the Raptor Sparrowmon, Shooting Starmon, they're treated as their respective level 3's names. So just in case you're playing any of the old XrosHeart stuff, you can use them in there. And still, I wouldn't use Raptor Sparrowmon. So on play, when Digivolving, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with a XrosHeart or Blue Fair trait among them to your hand, trash the rest. I'm not a fan of that. I only keep this in hand to Digicross. That's it. I'll put them underneath the tamer. It is literally the first thing that I will use to just shoot them right underneath the tamer. Because, I mean, yeah, there's not a lot of stuff that you can use to get stuff out of the trash. There is some, but not a lot. And you really don't want to be doing it with this. Then his on deletion skill, you may place 1 Digimon with a XrosHeart or Blue Fair trait from your hand or trash under any of your tamers, which is its only redeeming quality is when it dies, that you get to get good usefulness out of it. If I'm wrong and there's something I'm missing after you guys have watched this deck profile, just put it down in the comments. Just please tell me, because I've been playing with this for a while. I've been proxying it, and like I said, I've been playing on DCGO, and Raptor Sparrowmon is the least effective unit that I've had. And of course, his inheritable, this Digimon with the XrosHeart trait gains collision. So if you, like when you go into Cross 6 with this, and you have this in there, they'll have to block. So, I mean, but you get piercing from some other stuff, so that's not bad. So I guess that's 2 points for Raptor Sparrowmon, which is why it's still in the deck for right now. Shooting Starmon. Of course, still has a black text. You can Digivolve for a cost of 2 instead of 3. All turns, once per turn, when any of your XrosHeart trait Digimon are played, until the end of your opponent's turn, give one of their Digimon security attack -1, and it gets minus 3k DP. That comes in handy with the option card that we play in the deck, Meteor Rock Soul, because Meteor Rock Soul, yes, it is used as a finisher, and people generally just use it for that, but you can play a Digimon from underneath one of your tamers that's 4k DP or less. So if you do that, or if you just play something from hand, boom, minus 3k. And granted, it is only once per turn, but if you have a bunch of shooting Starmons on the board, or if it died, and then, well, if the regular Starmon died and you bring out another one, that's great. Then on deletion, you may place 1 Digimon card with a XrosHeart or Blue Fair trait from your hand or trash underneath any of your tamers. Again, that's the redeeming qualities Raptor Sparrowmon have, but shooting Starmon's already pretty good. In the inheritable, when attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has the XrosHeart trait, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 2k DP for the turn. So, again, just still doing what you're doing. Keep on moving. Alright, for our level 5s, I did them all up equally, 3 of each. So, I'm gonna go with Jaeger Daruluman first. And all of them have the text. They can digivolve for a cost of 3. It's a black, as long as it's a XrosHeart. And it's also treated as Daruluman. On play, when digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Great, amazing. Then, until the end of turn, one of their Digimon can't activate when digivolving effects or unsuspend. So this is actually good to play out. This is what made me put a certain card in here that I really, really like. But yeah, it's you'll see what it is later. Anyway, so you can stop them from activating when digivolving effects, which can hurt aces. So if they have something that's like obviously an ace play, stop it. You can just stop it right there. Just play it out and then just go. Then on deletion, you may place one Digimon card with a XrosHeart or Blue Fairy trait from your hand or trash underneath any of your tamers, and inherited is he gives piercing. So if you play him from underneath the tamer, and then you digicross into cross 6, or whatever else, if you're playing another variant, they have piercing, and that suspension that he did earlier comes very much so in handy. Alright, Atler Ballistamon. He is also created as Ballistamon. On play, when digivolving until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your Digimon can't be returned to the hand or the deck by your opponent's effects. It can only be de-digivolved. It can be destroyed, but this Digimon gains plus 3k. And on deletion, you may place a Digimon with XrosHeart or Blue Fairy in the trait. All the level 5s have that second on deletion. Well, level 5s and level 4s have that on deletion. Take one from the trash or hand and put it underneath one of your tamers. But this Digimon with the inheritable, it's if you have a XrosHeart, it gains blocker. Just like the old Ballistamon used to have blocker, this one's making up for not having blocker. And the in my opinion, the most important level 5, OmniShoutmon. What he does is on play, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 3k for the turn, then delete one of their Digimon with 3k or DP or less, which is nice. So you get rid of floodgates. If they just happen to have 2 floodgates, you minus DP 1 by 3, that's dead. Then you kill something else with 3k or DP or less. Because I've seen a lot of Green Ranger floating around. I've seen a lot of Purple Hybrid with the Ukomons and whatnot. So you get to get rid of 2 for 1. And then on deletion, of course, just like on the par with the other ones, you get to take a XrosHeart or Blue Fairy from your hand or trash and put it underneath any of your tamers. But the reason that this makes it so important to have is the fact that inheritable gives rush. That is so good, because otherwise without rush, your cross 6 would just be useless. It'd just be sitting there and it'd probably get destroyed. And speaking of level 6s, we have 4 cross 6, 2 BT19Z Greymon, and 1 Shoutmon D-Cross. I'm gonna talk about my reason for having this in here, just because it lets you digicross, and it's a digicross cost of 3, so this will be minus 6. It'll be a 7 cost to play it. If you have OmniShoutmon and Z Greymon, which you do, but you don't go into this that much. And it has material save too, so that means like the 2 material that it's going to take to make it, if this unit dies, you just put them under 2 of them underneath the tamer, so you get to save them. So if you just haven't drawn into any of your 4 Shoutmon E-Cross-6s, you'll be all right. But anyway, on play, delete one of your opponents with 8k DP or less. One of your opponent's Digimon can't attack until the end of their turn. And then the end of the attack, by deleting this Digimon, you gain 1 memory. I hardly use that last effect, the end of attack effect, and by deleting it to gain a memory. I don't really want to do that. I mean, it's cool. Only if you have like a cross 6 and you want to do this for early chip damage and you have rush, that's fine. But generally I don't want to do that. But you get to delete one of their 8k or less DP, so if you're ahead, keep going. That's why I like this card in here, and it's been testing pretty well. So New Z Greymon on play. When Digivolving, de-Digivolve 2 of one of your opponent's Digimon, and then your opponent has 2 or more Digimon, return one of their level 4 lower Digimon back to the hand. Pretty nice. I enjoy it. I like doing it. It slows them down a little bit while you're trying to speed through. This does not, like, the only thing I don't like about this is you have to Digivolve into it. And the only way you can Digivolve into it is through him, because he has a black source. Unfortunately, there's no real blue sources for your level 5s. But yeah, that's okay though, because you're just gonna use them for Digicross most of the time anyway. You're not gonna get to use those effects. And then on deletion, you may play one Blue Flare or XrosHeart trait Digimon with a play cost of 5 or less from underneath one of your tamers without paying the cost, then save. So you get to put this underneath your tamer. You're just basically swapping them out if he dies. But again, you're not really Digivolving into this or hard slamming this down too much, just because like he can only Digivolve on top of the Altered Ballistamon, and unless you want to pay 11, because there's no way to reduce the cost for Digivolving for this one. So, and now it's time for the big man, Shoutmon Cross 6. He has Alliance, Reboot, Material Save 4. When he uses 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he uses 5 things. So you'll just be missing out on one. So just make sure before you save anything, look at your hand, see if you have a double of anything that's underneath him in the sources, and then just put the rest of them underneath. Because if your deck runs how mine runs, you'll have at least 2 or 3 tamers where you can just tap and Digicross again, and you'll have Rush because you have the Omni Shoutmon in there, or you'll have the Shoutmon in there. Excuse me, sorry. Anyway, on to his actual skill, not just the keywords that he has. On play, for each color in this Digimon Digivolution card, all your opponent's Digimon get minus 1k DP for the turn. So they took an interesting way of giving power gain to this one just by DP minusing, which is nice. Then you may play one Shooting Starmon from under one of your tamers without paying the cost. The reason why that's important is because of this card, and because Alliance. So when you swing with him, you're going to be swinging with that one. Sorry, you're going to be swinging 12 plus 5, 17k, 2 checks for security every turn if you have Alliance, or if you can get something else out that's bigger, you can do it then still too. But you ideally want to do it with Shooting Starmon. And then when attacking, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP as this Digimon. So if it's something that you can get rid of real easy, real quick, okay, I welcome it. But yeah. So when you Digicross into this, he's gonna cost 1 because there's 5 materials. Is Digicross 2. Yeah, this card and this card are like best friends. So they're the reason, like, even if you get to a point in this early game and your opponent is like struggling and you can see it, I still drop him down. I just drop him down, get out my Shooting Starmon if I have it. As long as I have those 2, I don't care what the cost is. If they're struggling, they're not going to really be able to recover from a 17k 2 checks every single turn. Like on average, if you have this, you're going to take 4 security in 1 turn, and then they're going to struggle even harder. Next, don't rarity shame me, please, but I'm playing 4 Taiki Kudo from BT10, 3 Taiki Kudo from BT19, 3 Taiki, Kiriha, and Nene, 1 Zenjiro from BT10, 1 Nene Amano from BT19. So I know everybody likes to play 2 of her, but she doesn't really do too much except that she's another Digicross extender. And by that I mean like another tamer that you can use to Digicross, but you have 4, 7, 10. You have 10 of them. You don't really need that. I added him in just because it was between him and the other girl, the yellow tamer, the one that whenever you play out a Digimon, you tap her and then you draw a card, just so I can draw more and have more draw sources. But I like to have more memory just because I want to be safe. The testing with this is pretty much a-okay. This one is your memory setter, this Taiki Kudo, and he lets you digicross. Pretty much that's his only purpose. This Taiki is, in my opinion, the best one. He's a 3-cost. When you play it, you look at the top 4, add 1 XrosHeart and this traits to your hand, and you put another one underneath the tamer, preferably him. It's nice. This one goes back to my reason for playing Zinjiro. At the beginning of your main phase, you put a card with XrosHeart and his traits underneath this tamer, so you can gain a memory. You gain a memory and you draw a card. So that's all my tamers. They're pretty self-explanatory, but if you have any further questions, ask them down in the comments below. And the last card, Meteor Rock Soul. This card should be foil in some way, shape, or form. If it is, somebody let me know. I'll probably buy it off you. But it's a 3-cost. It's a 3-cost option. Main effect: activate one of the effects below. You may play 1 XrosHeart trait Digimon with 4K DP or less from under one of your tamers without paying the cost. Or by unsuspending one of your Shoutmon E-Cross 6 and one of your Shooting Star Mon, one of your Digimon may attack a player. So if you've already swung with these two, you play Meteor Rock Soul, even if it goes over to your opponent's turn, you play this, they both stand, you swing with Cross 6, and then activate Alliance so you can get your other 2 security attack, which is the main. Like, this is very powerful. So if any of you disagree or think that I should change my ratios, or you want to play test against me on DCGO, let me know. I'll be here for that. Anyway, thank you for watching this far into it and listening to me ramble about my probably horrible opinions on XrosHeart. But if you did find that you liked it, or you found some insight that helped you, just consider giving a subscribe or a like or share, to your friends who are also thinking about playing this deck, who want to see it in action. If I at least get let's keep the bar low, like 5 likes for this video, I will be doing a combo video and a fight, because I have plenty of fight videos with this. So yeah, again, thanks for watching. See you guys later.